Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Football Overseas YouTube channel, and welcome back to another round and preview of English Football League Championship. It's game week 41. Yes, game week 41, just 5 to go. And it's all happening, a full programme this week on Tuesday and Wednesday evenings. 9 games to just have a quick preview of on Tuesday, and 3 to make up the 12 games on Wednesday of this coming week. So what happened at the weekend? Well, we have a new leader at the top. It's Burnley with the baton in their hand at the moment. 5 wins in the last 6. Has seen a couple of slip-ups by Leeds and Sheffield United, and put them into pole position. Pole position with 6 games to go, so they win all 6 and they're in the Premier League. Doesn't matter what the others do. So that's their motivation at the moment. So Burnley took advantage of some slips by Sheffield United and Leeds, and we'll have a look at those. Quick mention of those. Down at the bottom, not a great deal of change. It's Plymouth, Luton and Cardiff, the bottom 3. Plymouth did have a win, but they needed it just to really stay in touch. 4 points off safety, but it's still a big ask, I think, for them. But they kept their flag flying, and down in the South Devon they said, we're still here, we're not going anywhere yet, don't write us off, and why not? They had a good win at home to Norwich. So we'll have a look at other results as we go through of what happened at the weekend. 1 or 2 teams sitting still a bit uncomfortably at the bottom, and 1 or 2 teams that were in playoff contention, or they still are, but I mean they were in good solid playoff contention, have just had a slip up. Collectively, Coventry and West Brom have lost their last 4 matches, 2 each, and it's put them not right out, but out of the playoff top 6. And Bristol City and Middlesbrough have leapfrogged them, taking advantage with wins. So we'll have a look at those as we go through. So what have we got then? We've got, as I say, 9 games to have a quick preview of for Tuesday night, and it's Blackburn against Sheffield Wednesday to start with. The first up. And Blackburn, both these sides having a bit of a mirror image of each other at the moment, both with off-the-field issues, both sort of floundering a bit in mid-table, but Sheffield Wednesday not floundering because they were perhaps not expected to be flying too high after last year, but they've certainly done well in that respect. And Blackburn have plummeted really, haven't they, in context of where they were at the start of the season, so and off the field issues as well. So I think they're mirroring each other off the field, and I think they'll mirror each other on the field on Tuesday night, and I'm going to take Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1 in that one. Then we have Bristol City, who I say at the start of the clip have leapfrogged into 6th spot, made it their own now on even games. I think that's the first time that's happened this season, or certainly for a very long time. So they have the baton. If they win, they'll sit 6 games, which is going to be tough. See, and I know their fixtures, but it's in their hands. And what more do you really want going into the last batch of games than having something in your hands to really go for? So Bristol City are in the 6th place. They're taking on West Bromwich Albion, one of those sides I say have let them through the door. This is a big game then. It's not, I wouldn't say last chance, but if West Brom do lose, they'll then be 6 points behind with 5 to play. So this is a huge game for West Brom, and it's a big game for Bristol City because they could almost knock West Brom out of their path totally. So Bristol City against West Brom, I think they're going to do it. Under the lights in Ashton Gate, as I said the other day, they've had some really good home atmospheres recently, watching it on television as I do. So Bristol City to take West Bromwich Albion by 2-0. Not far from West Brom to travel either. It's always a little bit of a, not local flavour, but, there's just up the road, up the M5. And M6 is where those not far away at all, really. Derby against Burnley. Now, Burnley, as I say, are the current baton holders at the top of the table, 84 points. And Derby tarnished that winning run. I gave them their 5th win and they failed me. They lost 1-0 to Swansea, and I just think there's that group of teams that have developed now in the middle of the table. If you think, well, who do we want to play that just might be thinking about the end of season or something, but anything but football. And Norwich, Swansea are one of those, and Derby went down and lost 1-0, but Swansea are capable of beating anybody at any time. We know that. They just haven't found the consistency to really knock on that playoff door. So Derby went down to Swansea. Burnley, as we know, had a great win at Coventry. Frank Lampard wasn't particularly happy. I think he's got some disciplinary issue as a result of something there. So, but Burnley had a great win at Coventry. I think they'll have an equally hard-earned win at Derby, and by the same scoreline. Derby 1, Burnley 2. Then we have Norwich, I was saying, went down to Plymouth and went down and lost to Plymouth. This is a match now of the two sides that again on a bit on easy street but for different reasons. Norwich because their season's just petering out a little bit, unfortunately, and Sunderland, who are, it's not petering out, but they're in the playoffs, almost guaranteed points wise. They will be there, 75 points. And they won the last two games, to be fair, but they are just freewheeling to get to the playoffs. They've got to keep their players in form. It's managing that situation as well for the management team there. So it's a tricky old situation when you can't really get hold of the teams at the top three, and you're not going to be caught really realistic by anybody below you. So it's a difficult one. But I think they'll go down here to Norwich. Norwich will be relaxed, play their football. Norwich City 2, Sunderland 1 for me. Preston North End against Cardiff. Preston North End, cup run all sorted, all finished now. Got a point against Stoke on the weekend, and Cardiff, as I say, have scrapped up a few points recently. A win and 2 draws. But they still find themselves in the bottom 3. They just can't get out at the moment. Their goal difference -20 is a bit of a blocker for that, I have to say as well. But here they are then going to Preston. Bit of a trek for them on a Tuesday night. And I bet they need to come back with something. So they need to tuck a point away, and I think they will. Tuck a point in their boot of their coach and bring it back down the motorway. And it will be Preston North End 1, Cardiff City 1. Then we have Sheffield United versus Millwall. Now, Sheffield United, as I say, went down to Oxford. An unhappy Chris Wilder after that match, as you would expect. Bit of a bumpy pitch, but pitches are the same for both sides. Conditions are the same for both sides. I don't hold any truck with that. But I don't think he was blaming it. He just referenced it. And the wind and everything else, you know. But when you lose, those things become accentuated more, don't they? So he will want to get his side back in the points gaining mode again. Millwall beat Portsmouth 2-1. Sent Portsmouth to, I think, their 13th defeat in 14 matches away from home or something in all competitions. Anyway, they went down again at Millwall. So Millwall got 3 useful points. They're still not completely. 54 points gives them a fighting chance. 6 points behind, waiting for any slip-ups. But I think Sheffield United will be too strong Tuesday night. Just too strong. Sheffield United 2, Millwall 1. Stoke City against Luton Town next then. Luton had a really good, honourable, very more than honourable 1-1 draw against Leeds. But again, it still leaves them, stark reality is they've had an uptick in form. Just can't get those back-to-back wins that really do give you that boost of points, obviously, and a chance to zip up the table a little bit. So they're still on 39 points, 2 points behind Derby, who are the safety zone team at the moment. So Luton are at Stoke. Tricky one. Stoke, again, a big game. 4 points ahead of Luton, so a chance here to put Luton out of their sights, really. Not even in the wing mirror if they can get 7 points clear with 5 to play. So they'll see that as an incentive, but I think Luton will get something. And they need to get something. So I'm going to take a quite high scoring draw. Stoke City 2, Luton Town 2. Watford against Hull City. Next we have Watford, who, as I say, went down to Bristol City. Effectively, that was them done and dusted for any playoff hopes. That was their real last chance saloon. Hull City went to Sheffield on Wednesday, and I think I suggested in the last clip that they could perhaps have a chance there of something, given Sheffield Wednesday having these off-the-field issues with the owner and everything else. Not the happiest of camps, but they're doing pretty well. They've done pretty well this season, so they don't want to let it all go too flat. Anyway, Hull City against Watford. Hull City, I think, will be able to get something here, with Watford sort of, again, going into easy street maybe a little bit. So Watford 1, Hull City 1 is my take on that one. Now, the next one is my shock result, but my surprise result of this midweek agenda. Middlesbrough against Leeds. I think Middlesbrough, who have gone into 5th place, taken advantage of the slips of others. So them and Bristol City have taken the baton there. And Middlesbrough in 5th place. Only just holding off the others, of course, so it's going to be a tough run in still. But I think this is a chance for Middlesbrough to go and showcase a little bit against the league leaders. There's never any love lost even between these two teams. So I'm going to take Middlesbrough to take the surprise result of the two nights. Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 1. Into Wednesday we go. Oxford against Queen's Park Rangers. Oxford, as I say, looking for back-to-back after a excellent win over Sheffield United at the weekend. Here's a real chance for them to go back-to-back, I think, against Queen's Park Rangers, who are just nosediving a little bit again. They're winning 6, or in the current form of 6. Just 2 points from those 18. 5 points from the bottom 3. I think they're happy that there's plenty of teams in there. But if it was just them and 2 others or something, I think they might be in a bit of trouble. But they can see breathing space, not only with points still at the moment but also plenty of other teams in the mix, and that helps. But I think Oxford will do the back-to-back, as I say, over the Saturday, Tuesday games. Home ones, Oxford 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. 2 to go, and we have Swansea against Plymouth. And as I say, Plymouth kept their hopes flickering with a good win against Norwich. And they are down at Swansea. Who knows where Swansea is, I say, practically every week. Beat Derby. Can they do Derby a favour and almost make it a done deal for Plymouth that if they lose this one? And I think I've got them down to lose actually, but you never know with Plymouth. They just might steel themselves and think, come on, this is we are now staring the barrel. It's do or die really. But I'm going to take Swansea to get beyond all that, and it's Swansea City 1, Plymouth 0. Last but not least, of course, as I always say, it's Coventry against Portsmouth. Coventry will see this, with Portsmouth's woeful away record, see this as a chance to put pressure back on Bristol City and Middlesbrough. Should either of those teams slip up this midweek, they will be back in if they win. As I say, Coventry have had a couple of tough results. Sheffield United and Burnley, I think they've had in their last 2 matches. Tough fixtures rather, and they went down on both occasions. So perhaps they're not quite ready to really mix it with the top, and who is not many teams are this season with those 3. So we shall see. But I think Coventry here will get back to winning ways. And Portsmouth have got to be a bit careful here. Yes, they're 17th, looks okay, 45 points, still 4 clear, home games to come. But if they do lose again, the pressure will mount on the points total. And the pressure will mount on the next home match, which I think might be Derby. I might be wrong in that. But they've got Derby coming up soon at Fratton Park. What a fixture that promises to be. No love lost there. Well, no, it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere when that happens. So they will want to try and prepare for that. But I think it's Portsmouth that will go down to another away defeat. I can see Coventry being too strong at home, and having the last couple of defeats as well. They'll see this as they've got to get the points to stay in the playoff hunt, or stay fully in the playoff hunt. Coventry City 2, Portsmouth 0. There we have it. Another game week passes us by. It's game week 41, as I said at the start. Please enjoy your football this week. Enjoy these championship matches. It's sort of centre stage a little bit domestically, I think, this coming week. So let's enjoy it. Enjoy the football. Stay fit, stay healthy. Please like and subscribe to channels. We're getting the numbers up. Please be part of it. Feel you're part of it by doing that, and it's a great help to those who run the channel as well. So I will love you and leave you, and I will see you with goodness knows how many surprises and tales to tell come the end of the week. Bye for now, and enjoy your week.